All right, for today's news brief, we're diving into something that's quietly shaping our world, a huge and growing global divide in how we're all using artificial intelligence. And we'll look at a major new initiative that's trying to close that gap.
So let me ask you something. When you think about AI, do you picture millions of people all using it for pretty much the same things? Well, if you do, the latest data says that's not what's happening at all.
Not even close.
Get this, 7 times. That's how much more advanced AI thinking capability a power user is tapping into compared to a typical user. And we're not just talking about writing emails a little faster. No, this is about using AI for really complex, multi-step work that totally changes what's possible. And, you guessed it, creates a massive advantage.
This whole phenomenon actually has a name. It's called the capability overhang. Think of it as the gap between what AI could do and what most people and countries are actually using it for. And here's the crucial part. If this gap keeps getting wider, a handful of countries could pull so far ahead, both economically and technologically, that everyone else might struggle to ever catch up.
Okay, so what does this look like on a global scale? Well, some new research gives us a really fascinating and, frankly, surprising snapshot that pretty much flips a lot of our common assumptions on their head.
This slide right here tells such an interesting story. If you look on the left, when it comes to just the sheer number of users, you've got big economies like the USA and India at the top. Totally makes sense, right? But then look at the right. When you measure the advanced, complex use per person, countries like Vietnam and Pakistan are way up there as world leaders. It just goes to show you that deep AI adoption isn't just a story about national wealth.
And this chart just drives the point home. You can see the divide at a national level. The top-tier countries are using 3 times more of these advanced AI thinking capabilities per person than the bottom tier. What that means is some nations are already using AI to solve much tougher problems and innovate way, way faster.
And look, this isn't just some abstract theoretical gap. As this quote points out, these differences are creating real-world economic advantages right now. We're talking about boosting productivity, creating brand new products, and ultimately driving growth that actually improves people's lives. The stakes here are incredibly high.
So, what's being done about this? Well, a major global initiative called OpenAI for Countries is getting a huge expansion specifically to tackle this capability overhang head-on.
So for 2026, the program is launching new initiatives across these 6 critical areas. You can see it's not a single-minded approach, it's a broad strategy. The goal is to weave AI into the very fabric of a country's infrastructure, from schools all the way to emergency services. Now, the very first major push of this whole expansion, announced right alongside the World Economic Forum, is focused squarely on education. And the goal is clear: get the next generation ready for a world where AI fluency isn't just a bonus, it's an absolute necessity. This Education for Countries program is designed to partner directly with governments. The idea is to bring AI into classrooms not just as a cool new toy, but as a core tool to actually make learning better and give students the skills they'll really need for the jobs of tomorrow. And their strategy has a few different layers. It kicks off with giving schools access to advanced AI tools. Then, they do large-scale research to figure out what actually works in a classroom, and crucially, it includes training and certifications for both students and teachers. And finally, it's about building a global community to share what they learn.
And this isn't just a future plan, it's already happening. The first wave of partners joining this education initiative is a really diverse group of countries and institutions. We're talking Europe, the Middle East, the Caribbean, which really just highlights the global scope of this whole effort.
Okay, so let's bring this all together. What's clear is that we're smack in the middle of a global race for AI fluency. And closing this capability gap, it's not just a nice idea anymore. It's becoming absolutely essential for national competitiveness and making sure growth includes everyone.
Because really, at the end of the day, this is what it's all about. It's about taking the incredible breakneck speed of progress in AI and making sure it turns into tangible, concrete benefits for everyone, no matter where they happen to live. The countries that move on this now are the ones that are going to capture those gains.
So as this technology keeps accelerating at just an extraordinary speed, the question isn't just what can AI do anymore, it's what are we going to do with it? And that brings up a pretty personal question. How prepared is your community, your industry, your country to keep up?